Hello, and welcome back to another Chris McPherson Show Daily Dose. And if our preview hinted that South Africa were trending the wrong way, the first T20 international between India and South Africa in Cuttack basically confirmed it. India flexed, South Africa fizzled. We've got a very early indicator of how wide the gap currently appears between the two sides. Let's take a walk through it and break down what happened in the game. And then we'll have a little recap as well of the start of the Women's Big Bash Finals. Of course, if you're joining us for the first time or you haven't before, make sure to hit subscribe. We'd love to have you along for the longer-term journey. You can also get involved in the comments down below on YouTube and let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know if we've got our take wrong on this one, and let us know how you think the rest of the series shapes and how the WBBL Final Series are going to play out. But let's talk through it. Hardik Pandya's rescue mission with the bat, India's bowling clinic, South Africa's flaws in their tactics and technique. And then let's wrap it, as I said, with a strong win for the Perth Scorchers in the WBBL Knockout. But South Africa, they did start with intent. Lungi Ngidi bowled beautifully in the power play, to be fair. He picked up Shubman Gill. He picked up Surya Kumar Yadav. And the big South African extracted plenty of bounce. Their pace attack restricted scoring. And India was 78 for 4 in the 12th over. At that point, Aiden Markham and South Africa looked like they had a hold on the game. And then all of a sudden, in comes Hardik Pandya, and everything shifts. Pandya's 59 not out from 28 balls was the match-defining innings when we look back at it. 2 no-look sixes off Keshav Maharaj, using Anrik Nortje's pace smartly to late boundaries and making sure that India's finish was controlled and deliberate. Took the score from potentially 145-ish to a very competitive 6 for 175. It's always hard to know exactly what total is going to be competitive. And there may be a few suggestions that 175 might have left a couple out there because of the slow South African start. But obviously, hindsight will tell us something a little different. But Pandya's innings, it mattered. The pitch wasn't easy early. Tilak Varma and Axar Patel struggled for fluency. Marco Jansen pulled off some sharp catching. And India genuinely looked, as I said, maybe just a few runs short, especially at that midpoint. Pandya's innings, however, did lift them to this number. At the halfway mark, South Africa certainly had reason to believe that 175 was within reach. But in the end, it was not even close. The chase was disappointing. It was poor. Quinton de Kock fell for a duck. Tristan Stubbs briefly flashed before Arshdeep Singh swung the ball and removed him. DeWalt Brevis did show signs of being the long-time hope for South African batting, but beyond that, there was nothing. India executed extremely well with the ball. There wasn't a lot of turn on offer, but they used really disciplined lengths and lines. Axar Patel bowled stump to stump. Varun Chakravarthy mixed his pace and his flight. Jasper Bumrah hit 100 T20 wickets across formats, and Hardik Pandya grabbed Davy Miller first ball. South Africa all out for 74, their lowest T20 total. That is a brutal indicator of where they sit mentally and technically. India didn't panic when they were under pressure. They absorbed, they counterpunched, and they dominated. South Africa, under Aiden Markram, it's fair to say their batting folded. In our last episode, we questioned South Africa's rise, consistency, and temperament since that 2024 T20 final. And this match didn't push back. It almost reinforced it. Right now, as this series gets going, one series looks like a title favourite sharpening when we think ahead to 2026's T20 World Cup. The other looks like it's still searching for its belief system, it's fair to say. But on to game 2 for them. Moving on from one collapse to another, the Melbourne Stars, they fell apart over in WA. The Perth Scorchers move on to the next match in the final series after a 28-run win. And it started with a 107-run opening stand between Beth Mooney and Katie Mack. They set the platform, Mooney 45 from 38, Mack 52 from 39. Then English import Freya Kemp smashed 35 off 19 to accelerate Perth to 5 for 173. It's fair to say Meg Lanning and Amy Jones actually had the Stars right in the contest. They were 1 for 86 at the halfway mark and tracking nicely. Lanning reached 49 and looked settled, but then under pressure, the Stars crumbled, losing 8 wickets for 44 runs to go from contention for the next match to good night. Alana King, Chloe Ainsworth, and Lily Mills drove the collapse. King was especially influential, bowling through pain, 2 wickets and key momentum moments, showing us the star that she is and reinforcing that. Jones fell, Sutherland holed out, Bouchier lasted 2 balls, Denny Gibson was run out, and then Lanning fell in the power surge. Once she went, so too did the Stars' hopes. Perth now advance, and they'll fly to Sydney to take on the Sixers for a place in the final, where the winner of that match will see the Hobart Hurricanes. All on the line as we head to the next match. So in summary, round 1 of India-South Africa tells us a very clear story. India, led by Hardik Pandya, are backed by disciplined bowling, look every bit favourites. South Africa, even with flashes from the baby AB, DeWalt Brevis, and some Lungini Ngidi fast bowling, they look a fair way from matching India's composure, and it will be back to the drawing board. In the WBBL, the Scorchers showed why finals cricket rewards execution and temperament. Mack and Mooney set it up, and then the bowlers led by Alana King finished it off. Make sure if you haven't before, hit subscribe, jump on our socials. You can find us on all your favourite social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, X and Facebook at The Chris Mack Show. And we'll be back after Game 2 of the India and South Africa series, because this series may just tell us whether South Africa regroup or unravel. We'll also be recapping plenty more of the WBBL, talking other sports as well. So stay tuned. And in the meantime, a big thank you to you for tuning in to your black and white of sport. No grey opinions here.